Well, hey everybody, it's Sandy and welcome back to my channel dedicated to helping you advocate for your own health one topic at a time. So first of all, I want to say thank you and welcome new subscribers. People have been with me for a while. I'm just so happy with the way that this channel is developing and growing, and I want to thank you so much for helping me do that. Second of all, I noticed that I have developed this nasty, annoying habit of like bouncing around in front of the camera. I don't know what that's about, so I'm going to try to make a concerted effort to be still. Please feel free to put it in the comment box if you notice too much of that, and it's very annoying. I'm sorry, I'm working on it. Yeah, so I just want to do a quick update on the Starks mask. So I'll link down below a couple of videos. One was my the original review I did on the Starks mask, which is one of the non-medical fabric masks that I highly recommended. Still do. And then at one point I had already done one update, so I'm going to link that down below as well. But people have asked me that since they've come out with the adjusters on their ear loops, if I would talk about those. So I've got some. Yes, I'm going to talk about those. Yay! And a couple other little points to keeping up with Starks. So first of all, I'm wondering if it was helpful to people. I did a video just recently on what kinds of things I look for in these non-medical or fabric mask category. You can imagine my shock when I saw that the World Health Organization has developed a published standard now. It's an evolving standard, but they did publish one for what kinds of things to look for. Of course, I had a little mini heart attack, like I said in my video, because I wasn't sure, how that would stack up to the criteria that I had sort of developed for myself. And, thank goodness, they were pretty much the same, except for my criteria for one of the layers was more strict than theirs, in that I've been really looking for the fabric masks that include some polypropylene, like the Starks does. Polypropylene is a superb filter. It doesn't filter like sort of like pasta in a colander or something in a strainer. Polypropylene is built as like a thicket of inner twisting fibers that will catch a lot of the little tiny particles that are like small enough that they don't actually get filtered. They'll get stuck to some of that thicket of polypropylene. So it's just really interesting. I know that from years wearing surgical masks, that's what's in surgical masks. It's also a little bit hydrophobic or somewhat water resistant. And so I have, instead of looking for something, one of the many fabrics that the World Health Organization says, you can look for, says anything with a Q value of over 3. I have been only looking for polypropylene, and its Q value is the highest of all the fabrics on the chart. I wouldn't even call it a fabric. It's a non-woven, whatever. It's at 17. The next highest is somewhere around like 7 or 8. So, I took a big sigh of relief when I saw that. So I'm going to keep on using the criteria that I have, because why not? One thing I also did want to say that I think really stuck out for me over the course of looking for these, and I'll continue to look for more for people, because I know not any one mask works for everybody. But it really goes to show you that, well, the cheapest thing is not necessarily the best value. You don't have to spend a lot of money. There are lots of masks out there for, and the price points are all over the board. And, here's the Starks mask for like under $13 that is just like encompasses every single one of those criteria. The best it possibly can. It's water resistant on the outside, moisture wicking on the inside, and it has a layer of polypropylene. So those are some of the things I do look for in these masks. So when I did my update, I had said that there was actually a problem with my light gray. I loved my light gray mask, but there was some kind of an issue with the fabric, and so I asked them if they would just replace that. They said they would. They sent me extra though, so I didn't ask for those. Of course, it was after my reviews, thank goodness. So, but this gives us a chance to see some of the colors. So some people had asked me which one I had on that was the light gray when I did my first video. This is I think it's lilac or purple. Then this one is called graphite. So now I have a few of these colors. But my old ones, of course, didn't have the adjusters. So when they sent new masks, they had the adjusters on them. Now let me just give you a close-up. The adjusters are this nice squishy, it's just kind of rubber. It's a real simple adjuster, okay? There's nothing to press on. There's also nothing fastening it on there. So you can see, you just move the whole circle. It's like a little donut, and you move the whole thing to tighten or loosen. Now I can move it like somewhere else along the loop by, pulling one side and then pulling that fabric through the other, and then I can slide it sort of slide it down so it's on one end of the loop of fabric so that I don't have it touching behind my ears. But you do have to be careful with these, because if you start to pull it too far, it will just come off. Okay, I don't want to do it for you guys, because I tell you, I'm going to tell you about my experience with that in a minute. They're not so easy to get back on. You can get them back on, but they're just not that easy. So yeah, so to put this thing on, I did find that these are perfectly comfortable. I have them down here so they're not, you know, sitting behind, right behind my ears. If that doesn't bother you, it's no big deal. And I had said in my previous video, one way I've got this nose piece to work really well for me is to sort of tuck it so that it's partly folded underneath the top layer of the mask, and then it tends to sit and conform to my nose better. I have had really good luck with this. I've had some people write and say it's not really perfect for them. Of course, there's no one mask that's going to be perfect, and we're just going to keep looking and keep evaluating these things that you guys are interested in that come out on the market, so no worries there. But I did find that this sits nicely. I do like the adjusters now. Here was my experience. I decided, since they sent me this graphite one with the adjusters on it, but I still really wanted adjusters on my old light gray one because I just love the light gray. I just wanted to try it. So just decided to take it off of one and put it on the other. I'm going to go back to the other one eventually, because this one has the inside's not what moisture wicking. That's what was wrong with it. So I can't keep it. But anyway, getting this thing on, somebody asked if I would show it on camera. Oh my goodness. You could see what I went through to get these things on and off. But I will tell you, the second one went a lot more smoothly than the first one. I can't show you on camera. Honestly, I would need like 4 hands and it would be ugly. Maybe it would go viral. But I'm going to tell you what I recommend doing. It is a tough fit to get that through. I am going to take it off for you. What I recommend doing, first of all, when you decide you're going to put it on, okay, you're going to put it on like roughly the middle. Make sure that these are not twisted in any way. Okay, so make sure they're the way you want them, because once one of these loops is twisted, you're never going to get it untwisted without taking the adjuster off again. What I recommend doing is putting the adjuster down on a flat surface. You'll hold the mask over it and getting, like, I got a chopstick and a needle nose pliers. Maybe a skewer would do well, but it would have to be like a wooden skewer, not something sharp. And what I did is I pushed the fabric through with a skewer, like from the bottom, you would do it with a skewer. And as soon as I got enough fabric through, I grabbed it with a needle nose pliers. And that came through nicely. Now, the first one, I was still trying to figure out what to do or how to do it. And what would work best. And so it was, you know, boy, that was ugly. But once I got it down, the second one was pretty easy. I guess, you know, these are a really good price point. I think they are very snug. Like, this isn't going to come off in the wash too easily, and I think it will take quite a beating. I'll let you guys know. But I don't have any complaints about them, because really you either want them on or you want them off. You don't really need them to be able to, you know, come off and get back on that easily. If they did go on that easily, they would probably come off the next time you washed these. So I don't have any complaints about it, but it is a little bit of a job. And if you have like arthritic fingers like me, make sure you have the needle nose pliers. I did make a little bit of an update in my previous video where I was talking about the World Health Organization says that, you know, they think you should wash these things in hot water. I don't know that it's that important. I think a lot of what comes from the benefit of the washing is really from the agitation and the soap being the emulsifier and just being disruptive to membranes and the outer layer of like viruses, for example. But that said, I did reach out to Stark's company and ask them, because I know polypropylene itself can take very high heat. Okay, that's used like in the medical industry, and it can take over 100, certainly 140 degrees. And when Stark said to me that this, of course, can be washed in hot water, but it will mean that the water resistant quality on the outside wears off quicker. As you guys know, I said I'm keeping track of how many washes this goes through, and you can test for yourself. You just get a little eyedropper with water and make sure that a little drop of water rolls right off the outside. Once the water resistant quality of the outside is wearing off, you don't want to use that mask anymore. It's time to replace it. So far I've done 7 washes. Now, I don't do hot. I do either cold or warm. I don't worry that much about the heat, but they do recommend washing these every time. And as I said, I recommend having 2 or 3 of them because a mask that's not impregnated with a profoundly antimicrobial textile is a biohazard. All masks are a biohazard for some period of time, but these should really be washed every single time. So so far I'm up to 8 washes and still no problem with the water resistance. It's the drop still rolls right off. I'll keep you guys posted. Yeah, well, let me know if that was helpful. For those of you who find that like the Starks isn't the perfect mask, there is no perfect mask. I am going to keep looking, and I look at every single one of your guys' comments and requests about what masks to look into. Just in case some people don't know, I don't do any affiliate links on my channel, so no commissions. Any links I put down below to the products just to take you to the product. I want to be unbiased and I want to be trustworthy, so I won't do the affiliate links, but that means I'm very choosy about what I will buy in order to review. So they have to meet some criteria on paper and whatnot, but please keep the suggestions coming. I love it. And please keep sharing. I'm so grateful that the channel is growing like it is. And until next time, be well. Bye-bye.